name's Levi Tatro, and I'm here with the final assignment for the semester. And I got myself a quote here from the book Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. So we're going to take a look at this quote, and it happens in chapter 16. And the quote, it quotes, "It was inevitable that she should accept any inconsistency and cruelty from her deity as well as good worshippers do from theirs. All gods who receive homage are cruel. All gods dispense suffering without reason. Otherwise they would be worshipped. Through indiscriminate suffering, men know fear, and fear is most divine emotion. It is stones for altars and the beginning of wisdom. Half gods are worshipped in wine and flowers. Real gods require blood. So that takes place from chapter 16 as mentioned, and we're going to take a further look at this and see what it means. Okay, so in chapter 16, the character Mrs. Turner is introduced in this scene. She is a very unattractive, arrogant woman. Nobody really likes her. Mrs. Turner, along with her husband, they own a local restaurant. She has deep-seated beliefs about the superiority of Caucasian race. She and Janie had seen each other throughout the season, but they have not come to know each other yet. So they've been familiar, but haven't known each other yet. For the first time, Janie is faced with prejudice. So as mentioned earlier, Janie is a African-American young lady, and she hasn't quite been introduced with racism or the fact of prejudice yet, and this is the kind of the opening chapter where she's introduced to this stuff. So Mrs. Turner pursues a friendship with Janie, but it's only because she's lighter skinned than some of the other workers that they have there. So it's not because she likes Janie, it's because she's kind of the closest thing to a white person as possible. She shares her beliefs with Janie and talks to her, and she even quotes, this is Mrs. Turner quoting to Janie, "Ah, can't stand black Negroes. Ah, hate to see folks like me and you mix up with them." Ironically though, Mrs. Turner's livelihood depends on the support of the black migrant workers. The barrage of racist comments by Mrs. Turner bewilders Janie. She also realizes that there is nothing that she can do to discourage Mrs. Turner from thinking the way she does. So Mrs. Turner is kind of set in her ways, and there's no way that Janie is going to change the way she thinks. So Hurston, who is the author, uses images of the altar to relate Mrs. Turner's hatred for anyone who is not Canadian. So the author of this book, Zora Neale Hurston, uses different images and stuff to kind of help us, the readers, to relate and kind of give us a visual to see a better understanding of what's going on. This altar represents the unattainable Caucasian characteristics for all. Mrs. Turner's beliefs are so strong that she would defend at the altars for her God. Through worship, she hopes to attain her paradise, a heaven of straight-haired, thin-lipped, high-nosed, bone-white seraphs. And that's in quotations again, just kind of saying what she thinks, or what she, she's very against the African